This research about gender inequality in entertainment field, a project by Thai Minh An, Nguyen Duc Thinh, Minh Chau, Luu Truc Ha, and Trinh Ha Anh.
Discrimination in the entertainment industry is becoming more serious. Sexism is a belief or attitude that one sex is inferior, less capable, and less valuable than the other. Even though people have now begun to have gender equality, fight for women, regain women's rights, there are still some people who discriminate against sex. The entertainment industry is an example. In particular, they still think that women make less than men, which is evidenced by the fact that many women are paid less than men, whether they work the same or even work more. Other important roles on movie sets feature fewer women, and female cinematographers are even rarer. This situation still happens because many women do not dare to speak up and do not dare to fight for themselves. To prevent this situation from getting worse, we must raise awareness for those around us and fight for women.
What caused the gender inequality in the entertainment industry? First, the traditional stereotype. Culture influences how men and women think about themselves within the gender roles. Advertisement, movies, and TV often depict female as being thoughtless or vulnerable, a message that can influence how women view their bodies and their abilities. Second, the issue of income inequality and discrimination against women in the entertainment industry, specifically, is the one that has not been discussed in scholar research recently. And for a long time ago, women are often forced into the palace to sing and dance for the kings, and those women were often scorned and despised. They are branded as an instrument of entertainment, amusing, or even they can just use to satisfy the hungry eyes out there.
Next is about the consequence. Women are being treated unfairly and cannot get what they should have just because of their gender. Because of the inequality, women are underrated and get everything lower and less than men, for example, like salaries or jobs. In the entertainment industry, there are a lot of female singers that are given lower than the male counterpart because people think that they didn't do anything and that is enough for all of the effort. While the truth is they are doing equal or even much better than the male. The second consequence is increasing mental illness and a higher level of violence. The thinking of inequality will make male disregard females. Although female celebrities have influence, they cannot help themselves because men can have a physical impact them. As a result, female celebrities are highly likely to have mental illness and be the victims of violence. According to South China Morning Post, Britney Spears is one of the victims being treated badly for inequalities in the entertainment industry. Because of her gender, her family took all her properties, children, and freedom. As a result, she suffers from a lot of mental illness and stress. Audience were first to hear that Michael Williams was paid 8 times less than Mark. And the last consequence is higher crime rates and mortality rates. In the past and even now, some young female celebrities have to suicide because they cannot accept inequalities in the entertainment industry. They could not find anyone to ask for help and be treated unfairly for a long time. That is the only way for them to rescue themselves. Meanwhile, some males take advantage of being the gender with stronger strength. They perform depraved acts with women, like rapes. Moreover, some crazy people even murder celebrities just because they don't like their gender and because of jealousy when they cannot be as successful as women. According to rankers, there are many actresses and famous influencers being raped or sexual abused because of their gender. According to new research conducted by UWM, labor economist John Haywood and his co-authors, female stars in the nation's movie capital earn an average of $1 million less per film than their male counterpart when they perform in similar roles. What we found is that if you took the raw gap between what men and women are paid in Hollywood at the superstar level, It is over 2.4 million difference. According to statistic record in 2017, a male actor's average salary was 57 million, while a female actor's average salary was only 21.8 million. That's over half. In 2018, the top 10 highest paid actresses earned less than 30 cents for every male's counterpart $1. Not only this, the list of 2018's top 10 actresses has combined fortune for 186 million, and the top 10 actors of 2018 totaled to about 748.5 million.
Now let's talk about national perspective. The Carmen Santos Award, Cinema by Women, was established in 2013 by the Secretariat of Audiovisual Activities of the Ministry of Culture and the Secretariat of Women's Policies of the Presidency of Republic of Brazil. To promote equality of opportunity for men and women in the Brazilian audiovisual industry, the legislation intends to raise visibility of the cinematographic work of female filmmakers and professionals. Indigenous women, Afro-Brazilian women, and women from vulnerable groups are given special consideration. The Brazilian Civic Society is also organizing at the same time to boost the participation of women in the audiovisual. The Brazilian NGO Mulheres no Audiovisual promotes developing, creating, and disseminating important female-produced creative and video works. The portal, which was inspired by Netflix, offers video streaming services, collecting not just women's audiovisual products, but also pertinent data on the history of women in filmmaking and encouraging the participation of emerging female filmmakers in domestic projects. How about global perspective? With the ongoing reflection inspired by the worldwide Me Too anti-sexual harassment action and Hollywood's Time's Up campaign, conversations about gender equality in the film business have gotten more and more attention in the past year. The UNESCO Policy Monitoring Platform, innovative policies and efforts at adjusting gender-based equalities in this area are now more easily discovered. For different cultural expression to be produced and disseminated, it is necessary to respect basic freedoms and civil rights, including gender equality. One of the 11 monitoring areas of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development's Goal 5 and UNESCO 2005 Convention on the Protection of Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expression is gender equality. The film business, with its significant culture, social, and economic importance, it's also probably the artistic enterprise with the highest prominence. In many aspects, the film is a potent medium that both reflects and changes society and culture. Therefore, if cinema is to present the experience and viewpoints of many groups in society, diversity and gender parity are essential to the filming process.
Now, let's see how cultures around the world perceiving this problem. In Western media, people are often assumed that men are often adventurous, dominant, and sexually aggressive, while women tend to be young, beautiful, emotional, passive, dependent, and sometimes unintelligent. Women are often expected to value youth, sexuality, and beauty, while men are thought to value dominance and power. In Christianity, there are so many powerful women in the Bible, such as Maria, Rachel, Rebecca, and Ruth, who demonstrate what it is mean to be strong, leader, wise mother, and a faithful individuals. In the Bible, right? Nevertheless, the Lord woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as woman was made for man, so man now is born from woman. All things are from God. However, in the reality, the picture is sometimes more complex. As the movement grew, the women are often provided a spiritual covering via male leaders. This would mean that the female leaders would be required to be an accountable relationship with male, perhaps her husband or more senior minister, preserving a fact, the male headship. Sometimes a third board authorized women to exercise every role except for a formal senior leadership. Islam is a complete and comprehensive code of life which covering all aspects of human's life from the cradle to the grave. Allah has created both man and woman for worship and taught them and play distinct roles in the society, but there is no superiority between them except the ground of morality. It also does not allow domination of man over woman. In Islam, women has freedom to involve themselves in any social and economic activities, and even in politics. But male-dominating society like nowadays, some misconception and reviling regard the women's rights in Islam due to lack of proper religious knowledge, lack of awareness of women regarding their rights as given in Islam, the prevailing customs, and also dominating mentality of men. Sometimes to deprive the woman or dishonor or to offend the woman or of financial interest or politic interest, men practice some bad customs and claim these are the rules of Islam, but Islam never supports these bad activities.
First of all, companies should offer unconscious bias training at important decision-making juncture, for instance, in the case of hiring or promotion decisions. For example, Case Bidwer said that filmmakers always cast men before women from her experience. No matter how big or small the role is, the caster always said that we have to cast the guy first. It's the fact that the men are always the first choice and the women are like the plus one. In any situation, companies should make a decision based on the person's skill and talent, not their gender. Secondly, listen to a woman's perspective is a good way to understand how to create more inclusivity in organization is to learn from a woman who have risen to leadership roles despite the obstacle in their way. For example, Carey Mulligan feeling belittled on the set in December 2017 interview with Vogue Australia. She described the feeling lesser than and trying to maintain her opinion on the scripts and trying to get her voice heard. This showed that sexism in the entertainment of how a woman is being treated and can make them feel left out. Lastly, create pay equally and give both men and women the same amount of money. Everyone should have been paid equally or at least suitable for their work. If everyone does the same amount of work, then they should get the same amount of money. For example, women earn about $1.1 million less than their co-star. According to Jennifer Lawrence, she's one of the highest paid actresses in the world, and yet her male co-star get paid more than her millions of dollars. In the same movie, Don't Look Up, which is a movie on Netflix, has both Jennifer and Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo get paid more than $5 million. She said it doesn't matter how much I do, I'm still not going to get paid as much as that guy because of my vagina. According to this information, we can see that women get paid less than men. This is not the only situation. Many more have happened. This is one of the actions of gender discrimination in entertainment world.
These are the sources we use in order to research this issue. Thank you for listening.